Hello and welcome. This video blog is part of my ED403 assessment task. The issue addressed here is to produce a video presentation on rethinking learning design through micro-learning environmental design. My name is Synthesiswmv and I'm teaching BIP 02 here in the Marshall Islands, USB. There are three main topics in this course. First, ecology. It covers 7 units, naming living things, adaptations, where organisms live, populations, biological communities, ecosystems, and conservation. Second topic is on cells, which covers 4 units, microscope, cell structure, organic molecules, and movements of materials. And in the last topic, it is on genetics and heredity, which covers 3 units, the role of DNA, meiosis and mitosis, and the last one is gene and inheritance. On the third topic, particularly on unit number 12, that was the portion of this course that have been identified for the microenvironment design. It is on the role of DNA. This subtopic is also divided into different components as shown on this concept map. Each component's knowledge will contribute to the next. Indeed, protein synthesis was a component that requires microenvironment design. This is due to the fact that the information on Moodle are just PowerPoint with fixed diagrams. This process involves movements of particles around, which does not exist with a PowerPoint handout. The learning environment design. First is to identify the set of intended learning outcomes associated with the topic of interest. Second is to decide which delivery mode to use. Third, context and content involves resources and instruction given to students with regard to achieving the stated learning outcomes. Fourth, forms of formative assessment to ensure whether the learning outcomes has achieved. And finally, to evaluate and make reflection based on the outcome. This will confirm if there is any modification needed for the design. The intended learning outcomes on protein synthesis. First, to identify steps involved in protein synthesis and where each step occurs in the cell. Second, briefly describes what happens in transcription process and translation process. Delivery mode. This delivery mode is known as flipped teaching and learning. This is under the blended mode of teaching and learning. In this mode, resources and instructions for the activity will be provided online, and then we'll have face-to-face sessions with the instructor, presumably after completing the task. Context and content. Students will specifically given the set of intended learning outcomes. They will be working based on the online resources and instructions given. In this micro-learning environment design, students will be working in groups of 3s using the online resources provided to prepare their individual group presentation. Students should also be clarified with the date, time, and duration of their presentation. This will be done on a face-to-face session. Assessment and evaluation. After every group presentation, students will be allowed to ask questions. The teacher is also expected to question students as a form of formative assessment. This formative assessment could evaluate whether the intended learning outcomes have been achieved or not. This will provide useful information on any modification that should be done on teaching this topic of interest. In conclusion, to construct a micro-learning environment design, first, we have to identify the area that requires improvement. And then, from this area of interest, we incorporate technologies in the teaching and learning design to maximize learning. After teaching and assessing it, then we evaluate and make reflection on how to further improve the pedagogies used. Hope this video helps. Thank you.